What is AGP, and why haven't I ever heard of this term before doing my initial video covering ATI's Radeon Sapphire GPU? The phrase confused me to annoyance, and after about 40 minutes of failure, I simply broke down and turned to the internet for a definition that would explain the fundamentals. My failure, in case you haven't seen the previous video, was me trying to fit my Radeon 7032M graphics card in the PCIe slot on a motherboard I wanted to perform tests on. By saying that it didn't fit, though it did look similar by both the gold connectors at the bottom of the GPU and the actual PCIe slot on the board, I figured out that there was a slight problem that I needed to overcome. In short, AGP stands for Accelerated Graphics Port, and is, well, just that. An AGP was the original of Intel's link between the GPU and the rest of the components inside your PC, to increase the amount of graphical horsepower your system could push out. Systems of the time needed help rendering advanced polygonal or three-dimensional shapes, texture maps, lighting, and other visual techniques that were growing more demanding on hardware. This in turn pushed for a deeper focus on dedicated graphics processing units, otherwise known as graphics cards or GPUs. Dedicated GPUs sprouted up to both assist graphics media accelerators in processing complex visuals, and eventually do away with them altogether. Starting in mid-1996, the AGP slot interface became the universal place to install GPUs, typically in a ×8 slot, which would provide the GPU to send and receive 8 times the amount of information it would normally be able to transfer between the motherboard and the gold pins on the card. Here, AGP allowed external media cards to have several things at its advantage. Cards of that day did not require power pin connectors, so AGP slots provided more than enough power for them without cables. Also, the incredible bus speeds allowed information upwards of 2100 megabytes a second to pass from the GPU, which proved invaluable to content creators, gamers, and anyone who wanted to view media that was a large graphical load on the rest of the system. The idea of having a majority of the visuals being handled by a standalone piece of hardware, with its own processing cores and memories separately, was starting to become mainstream at this point, and progress for faster and more efficient hardware started skyrocketing. PCIe, or Peripheral Component Interconnect Express, was released in 2004, and did sprout from the fundamentals of AGP, PCI, and PCIe, but many new advancements in this technology have been made since these early iterations. Anything from maximum bus throughput and power efficiency saw a drastic improvement over previous models, and perhaps more importantly, improved functionality when it came to hot swapping hardware in and out. After a while, PCIe became much more practical than the AGP standard, and eventually motherboard manufacturers stopped including AGP slots with their products altogether, which became the answer to why I haven't ever heard of this advancement before wanting to do tests on my Radeon card. Similar to how VHS tapes were replaced with compact discs, which were shortly after replaced in favor of raw digital file downloads, all previous innovations will be replaced by the next. A sad truth to those who use older components, but a necessary trend that will continue as long as technology advances ahead. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video explaining what the heck an AGP was and learning a bit of tech history along with me. If you liked this video or found that it answered your question also, please feel free to like this video and subscribe for more videos I'll be making to help others who may not be up to par in terms of tech terminology. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know in the comment section down below. You guys are the best, and once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm Aaron Hardwares, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Or, well, actually, or if you just started, then I hope you have a good one. Or, well, either way, may the force be with you or something like that. Alright guys, take care.